Shalom, Kal Hala, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Al Chakadash, the ones and apostles of the great millstone, and Shalom, true builders in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, and continually fighting the good fight of faith. Alright, so today's lesson, or this morning, it's 2:29 a.m., is going to be based off of a book that I came across in the local library on my lunch break. It says The Russian Century, a photographic history of Russia's 100 years. Now, there was two particular pages in the book that really interest me. And I'm sure it'll interest you brothers as well. So throughout history, Esau has gone above and beyond his devilish ways to conceal, the truth about who the children of Israel are. Okay? And this is why our people are all messed up to this very day, because there was no truth in the land of Babylon and throughout the world. And now that the Lord has raised us up and brought us back into remembrance, people think it's far-fetched that we are the true children of Israel. So be that as it may, I'm gonna get into these couple pages, and we're gonna just through the Spirit, we're gonna identify who the devil is, as we already know, but just to keep it, in sync, because Esau is finished, man. This devil is really finished. He really thought that he was gonna be able to hide this information throughout his lifetime, man, and it's all coming to an end. All right, so the first page we're gonna go to now. Bear with me, because the orientation of the phone is gonna switch up on us. Okay. So this is what the page, I believe, was page 134 and 135. So concerning the images and the icons of Russia, which was very well known throughout those regions, who the Lord was, who the chosen people were, but there had to have been a group of people who had to have been set up to wipe out this information. And we're going to find out who those people are. All right, so the first photo we're going to go to is this one here. You see a group of Edomites. And then behind them, you can see some of the iconic pictures that were painted on the walls. So let's read the caption here. And I'll expand it. It says, Demolition Gang. A group of explosive workers pose with their handiwork above the ruins of the Georgosky's church in Gorky. It says, the trading city now known once more as Nizhny Novgorod. And it says, the Belaveshkis closed or destroyed more than 50,000 churches across the country in a campaign which slackened during the war but regained its intensity under Khrushchev. All right, pardon me with those names, but the point is being made here. It says Bolsheviks closed or destroyed more than 50,000 churches across the country. Now let's find out why they closed or destroyed more than 50,000 churches across the country. All right. So from that forward, we're going to get a close-up. Now check this out, right? Check this out. Here you have a group of Edomites, and the caption, let's go back to the caption on this one. This is the caption here. It says, Iconoclasts. Party workers remove icon covers above from icons taken out of the Moscow church to be melted down for their silver content. It says, the icons themselves were often burnt as firewood. Jewels and precious metals from the churches were used to fund import of machinery, mostly from the U.S. and Germany. The huge new tractor plants were partly funded by church spoils. Okay? So now, Here you have a group of Edomites, right? Carrying out the spoils from these churches. Now let's take a look at front and center, right? Now who's that right there? That's an image of Yahushua. Okay? And these devils are clearly doing the same thing. Okay? Doing the very same thing as they've done throughout history. And I'm going to come back to this. Alright? I'm going to come back to this. Doing the very same thing throughout history. Okay? During the time of the Ark of Titus. Okay? Now when you go to the Ark of Titus, what were they doing? Let's get a close-up on here. Okay? What were they doing? They were carrying things of the children of Israel out of the temples, out of certain synagogues, and bringing it, to their goodly places, if you will. Okay? So this isn't nothing new. This carrying away of items out of the churches is nothing new. Okay? But you ask yourself, what would a group of white boys, or Edomites, if you will, what would they want with a picture of a black man? This just goes to show you how prominent these people were, the Israelites, throughout history. Okay? There's Yahushua in the center there. So now, it says, licensed looting. Red Army men remove ornaments and valuables from church. So we're going to figure out, we're going to get who those devils are. Alright, so let's go back here. Okay, Jews in the Red Army. So now, keep in mind, this whole foundation of destroying these 50,000 plus churches was sanctioned by the so-called Jews. Why? Because they was now needing to make their move as those people, as the Jews. And in order for this lie to be accepted throughout the world, you got to get rid of the truth. It says about 500,000 Jews served in the armed forces of the Soviet Army. Over a third perished at the front as the Red Army's fourth most decorative nationality during the war. Jews were awarded over 160,000 orders and medals. More than 300 Jewish officers rose to the ranks of general or admiral. Jews from the pre-1939 Soviet area were motivated to fight largely by the Soviet. It goes on and on and on. But the point of the matter is this. As you read back, it spoke about licensed looting, Red Army men, remove ornaments. Okay? These are the so-called Jews were doing what? Destroying the churches, 50,000 plus. Okay? So they could then put up their images. So they can then continue and perpetuate the lie that the so-called Negro, West Indian, Puerto Ricans are absolutely nobody in the world. Okay? Here these devils are here, taking up ornaments and taking up artifacts of Israel. It was open season, man. It was purely open season. So let's go back. Okay? So we got understanding that these so-called Jews were the ones of the Red Army. Okay? Now let's go back a little more and read some more. So this is Jewish Bolshevism. Now where did we see that word at? Now, bear with me, we're going to bounce around a little bit. Might get you a little seasick here, but we're going to bounce around. Okay? It says the Bolsheviks closed or destroyed more than 50,000 churches across the country. Okay? So those so-called Jews were the ones who were behind the destruction of the images and of the icons. Why? Because they knew that in order for, once again, their lie to be persuaded for themselves to be the chosen people, they had to get rid of the truth. Jewish Bolshevism, also Judeo-Bolshevism, is an anti-communist and anti-Semitic canard which alleges that the Jews were the originators of the Russian Revolution in 1917 and that they held primary power among the Bolsheviks who led the revolution. Similarly, the conspiracy of the Jewish communism alleged that the Jews have let me get my glasses on. The Jews have dominated the communist movement in the world and is related to the Zion occupation government conspiracy theory, ZOG, Z-O-G, which alleged that the Jews controlled world politics, which is true. But the point of the matter is this, that these were the devils that sanctioned the orders to destroy the icons, to destroy the images of the children of Israel. Okay? Now we read the word iconoclast, borrowed from the French iconoclastes, from the Byzantine Greek, okay? Literally, image breaker. Iconoclast, it says historically, one who destroys religious images or icons, especially an opponent of the Orthodox Church in the 8th and 9th century. Okay? And that's right about the time where these Jews started to proclaim themselves, as the true children of Israel. Okay? It says, verse 2, it says, one who opposes orthodoxy in religion, one who adheres to the doctrine of iconoclasm. Questions. One who attacks cherished beliefs. All right? So there you have that. So these things that were going on, here's an image. Iconoclast riots, August 20th, 1566. So it's been going on over time, man, through the course of time. There's nothing new that these devils have been doing. Okay? Joel 3:5. Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried unto your temples my goodly and pleasant things. Okay? What's to say about the silver and gold? Let's get it real quick. It says, the icons themselves were often burnt as firewood. Jewels and precious metals from the churches were used to fund imports of machinery, mostly from the U.S. and Germany. Okay? I think it mentioned something about silver up here too. On one of these little... Yeah, just bear with me. I know it mentioned it somewhere, but be that as it may. There it is. It says party workers remove icon covers above from icons taken out of Moscow's churches to be melted down for their silver content. All right. So once again, all this is scriptural. All these things that we're reading have been written in the scriptures. It says, and laid open, this is 1 Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. Right. Because, hold on one second. Alright, so the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their image. Now here you have the church that is in Javorovsky's in Gorky, one of the churches, and all you see is their images now. Okay? So they destroyed 50,000 plus churches just to go back and build churches to put their images up. All right? So all in all, man, even though, you know, this book here, which once again, it's information that you ain't gonna be able to find mainstream. So I'm telling you, if you go and Google search about the destruction of these certain images and these icons and these certain pictures, you're not gonna be able to find it. Because this is shit that, Esau, some of this stuff, Esau let slip through the cracks, if you will. But the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Shai, made it known that none of this stuff is going to be hid to the point where it wouldn't be discovered. What's done in the dark will always be brought to the light. But look at Yahweh Shai, man. What are they going to do with that? That's clearly a black man. Clearly. Look at the afro. Okay? But these devils are doing what they do. They're doing what they do best. Rob, loot, and steal. Alright? So that's it on that. I just want to bring that out from a book that I came across in the library, and we had went to the Russian Icon Museum up in Clinton, Massachusetts here in Mass, and we did a couple little live skits in there, little live commentaries. But if you brothers can go back and look on the channel, you might see some good information. Alright, so with that, Lord willing, brothers are edified, and I'll see you on another show. I say shalom.